Hello, I'm Jenny Morgan. I'm a graduate student here at the Textiles, Merchandising and Interiors Department of the Family and Consumer Sciences College at the University of Georgia. I'd like to welcome you to TXMI 3530. It is an undergraduate class that is required for all students that come through our program. It's called Apparel Quality Analysis. This class is actually required for undergraduate students and some graduate students, depending on the situation. We have two versions of this class. One is taught from the consumer viewpoint. If you'd like to be a better educated consumer when buying apparel, it teaches you how to recognize what's really high quality and what's really low quality. The other version of this class teaches from a manufacturing viewpoint, and it's set up so that if you were to become a buyer for a major department store, let's say a high-end store, you would be able to recognize quality aspects of apparel that are required or desired by their particular customer. This class is designed to train students for that particular situation and help them to recognize immediately this type of pocket is high quality or not. This is Alexandra. She's one of my characters. All of my characters are named after family members. This one in particular is named after my father, whose middle name is Alexander. And as you can see, Alexandra is loaded with dough. She's ready to go shopping, but she has a problem. She doesn't recognize quality really well, and she needs your help. So we put Alexandra in her car, and we ride over to the shopping center and take her to her daughter Angelica's favorite store. This particular character, Angelica, is named after my daughter. And like I said, we have a variety of characters. If you want to go shopping with a guy, he exists. We have kids. We have all kinds of situations depending on what kind of character you want. He or she is available. This is an example of one of the of bits and pieces of one of my modules. I put it together so that I could kind of give you an overview of some of the features of my particular module called Garment Defects. The first screen, this is the cover of it. The second screen, or the first tab rather, is thread shrinkage, and it asks what causes this. Well, the explanation is this. You have a thread that's made out of one type of fiber and a garment that's made out of another type of fiber, and what happens is their shrinking properties are different. So your thread shrinks, but your garment does not, and that causes this weird look here in the sleeve, the armhole. From here we go to our question, and the thread shrinkage was caused by a tight weave pattern. That's false, so we submit, and it tells us we are correct. We hit continue, and it takes us back to the screen. In a perfect world, it would take us to tab 2, which is a needle cut. In this particular example, the needle was too sharp for the type of garment, which is knitted. You really should have a rounded end on your needle instead of a sharp point. And it takes you to the question. And from that, you're able to say no ballpoint needle was used and too sharp of a needle was used. Hit submit. And with a little bit of a glitch, it does tell us that we are correct. We go back to that screen. In a perfect world, we'd go to tab 3. This is Seam Grin. As you can see, she's smiling really big, and so are these seams. Question number 3 has to do with seams. In this particular picture, we have a little bit of puckering. This is taken from a runway, so it happens at all levels. The wrong sewing machine tension, wrong type of thread, wrong type of seam and stitch used. All of these are correct, but since I want to demonstrate what happens when you're incorrect, none of the above is what I will choose. Hit submit. It tells me I'm incorrect. In my actual project, when you hit continue, it will take you back and educate you a little more on what seam grin and seam slippage are, and you have the opportunity to take that question again and get it correct. This is where we put the garment making process in the proper sequence. We start out with a fiber, which is spun into a yarn, woven or knitted into a fabric, creating a garment when it's constructed. Submit. Yes, we are correct. The next one is a matching. This one's a little more difficult and it's hard to do when you're talking, so I'm not going to talk for just a second. With twisted pants legs, we have fabric off grain. Wrong washing temperature causes your fabric to shrink. Puckering would be the wrong seam or stitching used. Seam is loose, machine tension, and a poorly made garment causes improperly fitting garment. Oh, but we are incorrect. So hit continue, and like I said, in a perfect world, we'd be given the opportunity to get this, have a review of it and go back and do it again. But for the purpose of the time on this video, I am going to go to the next question, which is fill in the blank. Linen is a strong fabric. It's a natural fabric, fiber that we're looking for. Linen is a strong fabric that is made from flax. It's a plant fiber. The question is not case sensitive, so we don't have to capitalize it or anything. Hit submit, and yay, I got this one right. So this is an overview of how my modules work and a kind of an overview of my class. I do want to thank you for watching and putting up with my shenanigans and little warped sense of humor. I wish you all luck in your classes and your future endeavors, and I hope you did well on your projects and continue to do well on your project. And I would like to invite you to take this course if you're interested. It is a very educational, I believe anybody who has to ever shop for anything should take this to find out what's quality and what's not. Thank you and have a good evening.